Today, we're talking about how to optimize your brain health with getting good sleep. How does that affect your cognition? How does that affect your aging parents' cognition? Let's get into it. We will share today why it's important and what the benefits are to getting good quality sleep. We will also talk about what are some things you can do to get good quality sleep, as well as what happens when we do not get quality sleep. And hang around to the end because I have a super special bonus for you guys. So let's get started. Cognitive function, that's one thing that benefits. I think one of the best benefits of getting good quality sleep is it helps with memory retention, problem-solving skills, and those decision-making skills that are so vital just as we live, but especially as we age and we have things in our home. Safety issues come to mind when we think of our aging parents, so they need to be sharp, as sharp as they can, and getting good quality sleep aids in those things. It's very crucial. Physical health, that's another one that's beneficial, that we benefit and reap the rewards of having a good night's sleep. And you may be thinking, well, how is that helping me physically? It helps you to maintain a healthy immune system, a healthy cardiovascular system, and hormonal balance, ladies. It helps us. It helps guys too, but I think that's really beneficial for us ladies to help us regulate those hormones. Emotional well-being is another one. So if you're getting good sleep, if your parents are getting good sleep, then they will be less irritable, less moody, those types of things. It just helps us to manage stress if we're fresh and fit in the morning when we get up and we're ready to go. And that works for them as well. It helps with overall vitality. So if you get good regenerative sleep, if your parents are getting that type of sleep, they will benefit overall. Just generally speaking, they will benefit. What is restorative sleep? That's the time that you spend in deep sleep and in REM. I'm not talking about the group, guys. If you know the group, drop it in the comments. Let me know what was your favorite song. But when I say REM, and we're talking about sleeping smarter and getting good quality sleep, we're talking about rapid eye movement. So if you get in deep sleep and REM sleep, that's when good things are happening to your brain, and your whole body overall. Things are getting restored. It's a regenerative process. So we want that to happen as many nights as possible. I'll be honest, some nights I get an hour and a half of each, and some nights I get 10 minutes. And I can definitely tell the difference between the night I slept well and the night I did not sleep well. And I can tell you with aging parents, when my mom and or dad did not sleep well, cognitively, they were not the same. And if you've experienced that with an aging parent, let me know. And what are you doing? If your parents are having trouble sleeping, what are you guys doing right now to address that? I'd love to hear from you. So that deep sleep stage, we really want to get into that as much as possible because, again, it helps with moodiness, irritability, insomnia, all those things. And if you think about your parents, I know when my mom or dad did not sleep well, they were a little bit moody the next day, a little edgy. And I think we're the same way too. If I don't get a good night's sleep, I'm not as jolly as I am if I had a really good night's sleep. So it's super important. I want to share with you guys, how can we promote good sleep? How can you get good sleep? Because if you're sitting out there thinking, Pam, I'm not sleeping at all, and I'm just in my 40s or my 30s or 50s, whatever it may be, not to mention my parents, none of us are sleeping, and you feel helpless, like there's nothing to do, stay with me. I have some things I think could be very beneficial for you toward the end. So just stick with me for a couple more minutes and we'll get to that. So let's talk about it. How can you promote good sleep habits? Go to bed instantly. I know it sounds ridiculous, but think about when you have small children. Most kids, I do know people that did not follow this rule, but most kids go to bed at a certain time. They go to bed at 8, they get up at 6. Whatever, go to bed at 9, they get up at 6, 6:30. Whatever it is, they have that schedule. We need to have that schedule. Our moms and dads need to have that schedule because it helps to set our internal clocks to know what in the hay is going on. Because if I go to bed at 8 tonight, then for 2 nights, and then I go to bed at midnight, and then I stay up till 3 in the morning, and then I go back to bed at 8, my body does not have a clue what to do. It's confused. We're telling it all kinds of things instead of setting a pace so it can get into a rhythm. And that's what you want. So set a time that you think you can go to bed every night, feasibly make it into bed at that time. Like for me, I want to be in bed by 9:30, 9 or 9:30, so I can be asleep by 10, 10, 15, something like that. So I can get enough sleep at night. And just because we're sleeping, unfortunately, doesn't mean that we are in deep sleep. You can sleep all night in light sleep, which is when I get my 5 or 10 minutes of deep sleep, that's what's happened to me. I slept, but I was just in that light. Anything wakes you up, which is not good. So it's your sleep pattern. Just regulate your internal clock. Create a comfortable sleep environment. You want to sleep in an environment that's cool. I sleep with a fan, a ceiling fan, and the air conditioner 12 months out of the year. I don't care if it's the dead of winter and it's 10 below outside. I have the air conditioner on. Foot out from under the sheets. I've always been like that. So I cannot blame menopause. I've always been a little hot like that, but we cannot sleep hot. What happens is if we go to bed, let's say we're cool, but through the night and we're under the covers, we get warm and hot and we wake up. Well, what happens in the mornings when we start to wake up, our internal temperature rises, and that's our body's way of waking up. Hey, it's time to wake up. So our body temperature warms up. So when we get too hot in the middle of the night, we wake up. So try to keep it as cool as you can, that's comfortable, so that you can sleep through the night. That just helps. Minimize your lighting in the room. Low level lights, not bright lights. If you can do away with the overhead lights in the evenings, just use lamps or whatnot, do that. And the low voltage bulbs, not 75 or 100 watt, get the lowest volt, the lowest that you can, and that'll be the most beneficial. Try to keep the noise down. Just try to be chill, try to be chill. I don't think any of us are chill in our lives anymore. We just are in a constant go, and our mind, I don't know about your mind, but mine gets on a hamster wheel sometimes when I think of all the things I want to get accomplished. So that winding down time is a time for us to try to get off the wheel, cool down, chill out, and get ready to go to bed on time so that we can have a good night's sleep, so that we can get in those sleep stages that we regenerate things in our bodies, from our brain to our internal organs, and get rid of things, to flush out things that do not need to be there. And that doesn't happen unless we get good quality sleep. Here's a few other things that you might want to consider doing or having your parents do before they go to bed. Some gentle stretching is one thing that is recommended. I can see where that would help. I'm never going to do gentle stretching before bed. That's just not my personality. But if you do it, let me know. Does it help? Do you like it? Did it help you? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But I do like reading. So reading a book, having some, calm, low music in the background, in the lower lighting, get you ready for bed. So those are some things. I do have one more that I want to share with you, a couple more. Limit screen time. Something else that I try to do in the evenings, around 7:30, no later than 8, no computer, no phones, no TV. It's just, if I want to read a book, again, have a little music and the lights are dim, I'm trying to wind down so I can get a good night's sleep. And I don't drink caffeine. I try to not drink any caffeine after 3, but try to not drink any after 5 for sure. You don't want any stimulants that could possibly keep you awake. Some people could drink caffeine all day long and their head hits the pillow, they're out like a light. Some people could look at caffeine at 3 o'clock and can't sleep all night. So you have to know your body and what you can and cannot do. Those are just kind of some general guidelines. Moderate exercise has been proven to also help. So if you do some exercise that kind of pushes you a little bit, that can help with sleep in the evenings as well. Try and do it as early as possible in the day. Try to not do it after 8 o'clock at night. For me personally, that just amps me up and I'm just wide awake. So figure that out. You have to play with it, but do it as early as possible. And I know if we're talking about our parents, most of them are retired. They don't work, so they could do it earlier in the day. For, everyone else that's working, but we all have an aging brain, try to do it as early as you can. So now we're at the bonus tips. So I have a bonus tips and then a set of bonus tips and then the super duper bonus tip for you at the end here. Red lights. So in the evenings, I have some red lights in my living room and red lights in the bedroom. That helps to just kind of calm things down. If you don't have those, don't worry about it. Just like I said, dim lighting. Just use dim lighting. That helps to get the body ready, signaling to the brain, hey, it's getting dark. That means it's time to go to bed. You're just getting ready. But I will share with you that red light treatment. I'm sure you all have heard about that. It's the rage. Even my dog, Rudy, I love, he's my baby. He's having a little trouble with his joints. Excuse me. So I bought, it's a handheld device and it does red light therapy for his joints. So the red light therapy is good as well because it helps, according to the research, stimulate the body's ability to produce melatonin. And melatonin, as we all know, helps us to regulate that sleep-wake cycle. So just a tip there. Right, Rudy? Just a tip. He's right here with me. I'll have to show him to you guys someday. He is precious. Getting his little red light therapy over there. So if you do red light therapy, I'd love to know, do you like it? What device do you use? Is it small? Is it a wearable, or is it something you stand under or sit in front of? Let me know. Cold showers, guys. I did a 30-day challenge with cold showers, and I will tell you, at night before bed, it did help me sleep. And personally, I think it's because, it's just my opinion, that internal temperature, it helped to decrease it pretty quickly. So 1 to 3 minutes in a cold shower, and it helps you to, research says it reduces endorphins, which help to calm us and help us to relax, and thus helps us to go to sleep sooner. So let me know, do you guys do cold plunges or get in the shower and do the cold shower? If you don't have a plunge, I know a lot of people do the cold showers. Let me know, because that's all the rage right now as well. Deep breathing before bed is another way to relax yourself before going to bed and getting in a kind of a calm state. I do this, but I don't really do it for that benefit personally. I do it to increase my oxygen levels, which again is good. You want to have high O2 levels, helps that respiratory and circulatory system, which helps the brain, which helps us to get good quality sleep. So it all works together. We are wonderfully made. It's amazing how our bodies are made. And if we treat our bodies the way they should be treated, I personally believe this, and research shows this as well, we can do a lot to restore our body's capabilities if we really want to put that effort into it. So sleeping, I know it's hard. Like I said, it's hard. I struggle too. But I will tell you this next bonus tip that I'm going to give you, the super duper bonus. It's a doctor. Her name is Dr. Stasha Gomanak. I'm sorry, I know I butchered your name. My apologies. Dr. Gominak, and she is a neurologist, has been since 1983. So nothing to do with sleep disorders or people with sleeping problems, but what happened over time in her career, multiple people would come to her of all ages that could not sleep, and she was bumfuzzled, as my granny would say. What is going on? Why are these people not sleeping? This is a young, healthy, apparently healthy, fit-looking woman. Why is she not able to sleep at night? And so over the course of time, and she's just, I want to say it's the last 12 or 14 years, she's just focused on helping people to sleep better, because she sees how important sleep is to your overall health, that overall vitality, physical and mental. So important. So she's dedicated her work to that. And so she says, through her research and through all of these patients that she has helped, if you get your vitamin D level and vitamin Bs at the right level and take them at the right times, she says it's a game changer. It will definitely help you to sleep well again. And she has a program. It's called Sleep Right. I just bought the program myself, and I am scheduled to get my blood work done. So I'll keep you guys posted on how I want to make sure I have my B's and D's correct as well. And she says if you get those things correct, those levels, this program will help walk you through that. So please check her out. She is on YouTube. You can find her. You can just type in Right Sleep or Dr. Dominic. So sorry. I know I said that wrong. She's going to have to come on here and tell me how to pronounce her name and share with you guys her research and what she's found over the years. So let me see if there's anything else. I don't want to miss anything. That was it. So check her out. She's great. I love all of her information. Everything I shared today is just for educational purposes. Anything that you do from a medical standpoint, please check with your physician. We just want to share with our community, Generational Guardians, our community, helping support people who have aging parents. Some of the information will be generalized. We all want to have good brain health. We all want to sleep well, but we definitely want our aging parents to do that because we want them to function at their highest level for as long as possible, because that not only affects them and their happiness, it affects you as that caregiver or potential caregiver. So remember, guys, enjoy the journey, and we'll see you in the next one.